Love was never meant to play by the rules, and these celebrity couples prove it. For them, age isn't a barrier, it's just a number. From legendary movie icons and music greats to fearless fashion trendsetters, they've shown the world one undeniable truth. When love is real, it doesn't fade, it only grows stronger. In today's video, we'll uncover the fascinating love stories of 30 famous couples whose age gaps raised eyebrows, sparked rumors, and fueled endless debates. Yet, against the weight of judgment and constant scrutiny, they built relationships that not only endured but thrived. Their journeys remind us that true love can outlast time, silence the critics, and shatter expectations. So, if you're ready to see proof that love conquers all, let's dive right in. Aaron Taylor-Johnson and Sam Taylor-Johnson's story is one of Hollywood's most unlikely and enduring love affairs. In 2008, 18-year-old Aaron auditioned for Nowhere Boy, a film directed by acclaimed artist and filmmaker Sam Taylorwood, who was then 41, a single mother of two, and already a powerhouse in her career. Their 24-year age gap immediately ignited headlines and whispers, but what began as a professional collaboration quickly evolved into something far more personal. Despite being at completely different stages in life, their chemistry was undeniable. By the end of filming, Aaron shocked everyone, proposing to Sam before they had even gone on a traditional first date. In 2010, they welcomed their first daughter, Wilder Ray, followed by Romy Hero in 2012. That same year, they married in a private ceremony in Somerset, England, sealing their bond not only with vows but with a rare gesture, merging surnames to become the Taylor-Johnsons. In the early years, critics dismissed their relationship as unbalanced, even doomed. But time proved them wrong. Over the past decade and a half, Aaron and Sam have built one of cinema's most enduring partnerships, one fueled by love, creativity, and fierce loyalty. Aaron often credits Sam with grounding him and guiding his evolution from a rising talent into a leading man, while together they've collaborated seamlessly on projects without ever compromising their fiercely guarded family life. Today, more than 15 years later, their union stands as a bold testament that true love and artistic unity can flourish beyond the rules of age and expectation, a love story that silenced the critics and continues to inspire. When actress Cameron Diaz met musician Benji Madden in May 2014, thanks to a casual introduction from Nicole Richie, who happens to be married to Benji's twin brother Joel, neither of them could have predicted how quickly their lives would change. At the time, Diaz was 41 and famously uninterested in marriage, while Madden, 35, was known for his edgy rock image. Yet the spark between them was instant, undeniable, and transformative. Just 8 months later, in January 2015, they stunned the world with a private, candlelit wedding at Diaz's Beverly Hills home. Their 6-year age gap hardly raised eyebrows compared to the bigger shock: Hollywood's golden starlet trading red carpets and blockbuster scripts for love, family, and peace. In January 2020, the couple welcomed their first child, daughter Radix, born via surrogate. 4 years later, in July 2024, joy multiplied with the arrival of their son, Cardinal. Diaz, who stepped away from acting in 2014, devoted herself to motherhood and her wellness brand Avaline, while Madden continued creating music and exploring business ventures, always fiercely protective of their family's privacy. Though they avoid the Hollywood spotlight, the rare glimpses they share online reveal warmth, gratitude, and a love that feels refreshingly real. Now, in 2025, Cameron Diaz and Benji Madden celebrate 10 years of marriage, not with fame or flash, but with a life deliberately built on intimacy, stability, and an unwavering devotion to each other and their children. Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani's love story wasn't supposed to happen, at least not on paper. When rumors first sparked in late 2015, the world was stunned. Shelton, then 39, and Stefani, 46, had just come out of painful divorces, their private heartbreaks playing out in public. Both were coaches on The Voice, where playful banter slowly turned into something deeper, an unexpected romance unfolding under millions of watchful eyes. Despite a 7-year age gap and wildly different backgrounds, his small-town country charm against her edgy pop star glam, the two found common ground in music, shared values, and the emotional scars of starting over. What began as whispers quickly became one of the most talked about celebrity pairings of the decade. On July 3, 2021, the unlikely couple made it official with a quiet, intimate wedding at Shelton's Oklahoma ranch. Surrounded only by close family and friends, the ceremony was simple, heartfelt, and refreshingly far from Hollywood's glitter. Since then, their bond has only grown stronger, collaborating on duets, supporting each other's careers, and blending two worlds that seemed incompatible at first glance. Their love story endures not because of flashy headlines, but because of balance. Shelton's laid-back, country soul grounding Stefani's vibrant, larger-than-life pop persona. Together, they've proven that sometimes the most unexpected romances turn out to be the most unshakable. The love story between French President Emmanuel Macron and Brigitte Macron remains one of the most remarkable and controversial romances in modern politics. Their journey began in the early 1990s, when Emmanuel was just a 15-year-old student and Brigitte, then 39, was his theater teacher at a private Jesuit school in Amiens, France. At the time, she was married with children, one of whom was in Emmanuel's class. When his parents discovered the deepening bond, they quickly sent him to Paris, hoping distance would put an end to it. But Emmanuel refused to let go. With a determination far beyond his years, he vowed that one day he would marry her. That promise became reality in 2007 after Brigitte's divorce, when Emmanuel, by then 29, wed Brigitte, who was 54. Their 24-year age gap instantly drew worldwide attention. Critics questioned its legitimacy, while admirers praised the couple's resilience and devotion. A decade later, in 2017, Emmanuel became France's youngest president at 39, and Brigitte stepped into the role of First Lady, visibly active in championing education reform and advocating for disability inclusion. Together, they've faced relentless scrutiny, yet they continue to appear side by side at every major event, radiating loyalty, solidarity, and respect. As of 2025, their bond remains unbroken. In defying convention and challenging society's expectations of age and marriage, Emmanuel and Brigitte Macron have crafted a partnership defined not by scandal, but by perseverance, faith, and an enduring emotional connection that refuses to fade. Hugh Jackman and Deborah Lee Furness. When Hugh Jackman was just 27, on the brink of stardom, fate introduced him to Deborah Lee Furness, a seasoned 40-year-old actress, while filming the Australian TV drama Corelli in 1995. What began as an unexpected spark quickly blossomed into something unshakable. Just a year later, on April 11, 1996, the two stood in Melbourne and vowed their lives to one another. Their 13-year age gap and differing career stages might have raised eyebrows, Jackman just starting his rise, Furness already established. But instead, their bond became one of Hollywood's most admired love stories. Together they built a family, adopting two children, Oscar in 2000 and Ava in 2005. Jackman often described Deborah as his greatest strength, his anchor in the whirlwind of fame. To the public, they were the gold standard of enduring romance, a rare portrait of loyalty and stability in an industry built on fleeting passions. For over 2 decades, they walked red carpets side by side, shared tender acknowledgments in interviews, and radiated the kind of connection many thought unbreakable. Their marriage stood as proof that Hollywood love didn't always have to end in chaos. It could be grounded, devoted, and deeply human. But in September 2023, after 27 years together, they stunned the world with an announcement no one saw coming. They had chosen to part ways. Though described as an amicable split, their statement carried the weight of a love that had simply evolved. They assured the world their devotion to family and respect for one another would remain, but for admirers everywhere, it marked the end of a love story once thought timeless. Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet's love story always felt like something out of a Hollywood fairy tale. When Momoa, then 38, officially married Bonet, 50, in October 2017, it wasn't the start of their journey, it was the culmination of a romance that had been unfolding since 2005. They first crossed paths through mutual friends in Los Angeles, but for Momoa, the connection ran deeper. As a kid, he had admired Bonet on The Cosby Show, never imagining that years later she'd become the love of his life. Their 12-year age gap sparked plenty of curiosity, but the couple seemed untouchable. They welcomed daughter Lola in 2007 and son Noelf in 2008, embracing a free-spirited, grounded lifestyle that made them one of Hollywood's most admired pairs. To fans, they were soulmates, living proof that fame didn't have to corrupt love. But in January 2022, after nearly 17 years together and 5 years of marriage, the fairy tale ended. Their breakup, described as peaceful, shocked the world. Admirers who saw them as the ultimate family-centered couple were left stunned. Yet even in parting, Momoa and Bonet showed the same grace that had defined their relationship, vowing to raise their children together and continue lifting each other up. Today, Momoa thrives as a global star, carrying blockbuster franchises on his shoulders, while Bonet remains a quieter, more artistic presence. Their love story may have ended, but it remains unforgettable, a rare Hollywood romance built on admiration, shared values, and a genuine connection that defied the odds. Johnny McDade and Courtney Cox's love story has always defied Hollywood norms. In late 2013, the Snow Patrol musician and the beloved Friends actress quietly began dating. At the time, McDade was 37 and Cox was 49. Their 12-year age gap instantly became tabloid fodder, especially as the two were frequently spotted arm in arm at red carpet events. By June 2014, the couple announced their engagement, only to face a brief split in late 2015. But unlike most celebrity romances that fade after a breakup, theirs found a way back. Though they never walked down the aisle, their bond has only grown stronger. McDade often crosses the Atlantic, flying between the UK and Los Angeles, to keep their relationship alive. Both have been candid about the realities of their long-distance love. From daily video calls to handwritten letters, they've built their own rhythm, proving that intimacy can survive miles apart. Fans admire them not for perfection, but for their honesty, resilience, and the sincerity they bring to each other's lives. Now, in 2025, they remain inseparable. McDade still calls Courtney his anchor, his emotional rock, while she describes him as her partner in every sense of the word. Their story, grounded in art, patience, and devotion, shows that even unconventional romances can stand the test of time when nurtured with care. Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. When Kurt Russell was 32, fate reintroduced him to Goldie Hawn, then 38, on the set of Swing Shift in 1983. What began as a reconnection quickly turned into one of Hollywood's most enduring love stories. Both carried the responsibilities of children from past relationships, and Goldie was already an Oscar-winning star. Yet none of that complicated their bond. Their 6-year age gap, which might have fueled headlines for other couples, barely raised an eyebrow, because what they shared was built on emotional maturity, respect, and steadiness. In July 1986, their love expanded with the birth of their son, Wyatt Russell, weaving together a blended family that included Goldie's children with musician Bill Hudson and Kurt's son from a previous relationship. Unlike many Hollywood romances, they never felt the need for marriage to validate what they had. As Goldie once said, "We're together because we want to be." For over 42 years, Kurt and Goldie have stood as one of Hollywood's rare success stories. Their red carpet walks radiate warmth, their family vacations capture genuine joy, and their love has never been defined by scandal but by friendship, loyalty, and admiration. In an industry where relationships often fade under the spotlight, Kurt and Goldie have quietly defied the odds, proving that true partnership isn't about age or ceremony, but about choosing each other every single day. Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra's love story didn't start with a spotlight. It began quietly in 2016, with simple messages exchanged online. But the spark truly caught fire a year later when the two walked the red carpet together at the 2017 Met Gala. Priyanka, then 35, was already an international superstar, an actress, philanthropist, and former Miss World. Nick, 10 years her junior at 25, had reinvented himself from a teen heartthrob into a confident solo artist and savvy businessman. Despite the age gap and the public skepticism, their romance moved with breathtaking speed. By May 2018, they were officially a couple. Just 2 months later, during a romantic getaway in Crete, Nick dropped to one knee and asked the question that would change both of their lives. In December that same year, the world watched as they tied the knot in an extravagant, multi-day celebration in India. Their union blended cultures and traditions, Hindu and Christian ceremonies woven together in front of family, friends, and millions of fans who followed every detail online. At first, their whirlwind romance and 10-year difference fueled debates. Critics doubted the pace, some questioned the match. But Nick and Priyanka never wavered. They stood united, openly expressing admiration and love for one another across interviews and social media, building a partnership that felt unshakable. In January 2022, their love story reached a new chapter with the arrival of their daughter, Malti Marie, born via surrogate. Since then, the couple has stepped back from the constant flash of paparazzi, choosing instead to focus on family while continuing to balance their demanding global careers. What began as whispers and doubts has now become one of Hollywood's most unexpected yet enduring love stories. Proof that sometimes, the best partnerships are the ones no one saw coming. Nick Offerman and Megan Mullally's love story began in 2000, when their paths crossed during a stage production in Los Angeles. At the time, Offerman was a 30-year-old actor still carving out his place in Hollywood, while Mullally, 12 years his senior, was already a household name thanks to her unforgettable turn as Karen Walker on Will and Grace. Despite the age gap, sparks flew instantly. What started as laughter backstage soon grew into a bond built on humor, creativity, and unshakable respect. By September 20, 2003, they sealed their love with marriage, and over the years, the world has come to adore them as one of entertainment's most genuine comedic power couples. Together, they've toured stages, shared the mic in voice roles, and even co-wrote their hilarious and heartfelt memoir, The Greatest Love Story Ever Told. Offerman often jokes he's the luckiest guy on earth, while Mullally credits their success to honesty, laughter, and always making space for each other to grow, both as individuals and as artists. Unlike many celebrity pairings, they've kept their love refreshingly authentic, proving that fame doesn't have to dim sincerity. 2 decades later, their marriage still thrives on mutual admiration, unfiltered humor, and a partnership that feels as real as it is inspiring. By 2025, with more than 20 years side by side, Nick and Megan remain a living testament that when love is rooted in passion and respect, age is nothing more than a number. Thanks for watching Exposed Hollywood. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss a story. Stay tuned, we'll see you in the next video.